Hi, my name's Sarah Armstrong, and I go to St. Ignatius in San Francisco. The biggest problem facing our world today is water scarcity. It's the global water crisis. I have with me 2 bottles of water, clean water and dirty water. Now, given the choice between the 2 bottles to drink, we would obviously choose the clean water, right? But what if this wasn't an option? Imagine you've had nothing to drink for 2 days. You've walked for 3 hours in 100-degree heat in search for water, and this dirty bottle is all you can find. If it meant drinking this or dying, I think we would all drink this. We would have to. When I was in Honduras, I saw this problem firsthand. I met a girl named Maya, an adorable 10-year-old, but unlike when I was 10, she doesn't go to birthday parties or to the movies or have sleepovers with her friends. Maya doesn't even go to school. Instead, she's forced to walk 6 hours every day just to find water. And the worst part is, the water she brings back, she thinks it's keeping her and her family alive, but it's really killing them. I wish I could say Maya's story is unique, but it's not. 1 billion people in our world lack access to clean water. Every 15 seconds, a child dies because of a lack of clean water. That makes 6,000 children today. Think about that. If there's a jumbo jet with 100 kids on it and it crashed, that would make huge news, right? It would be on the cover of every newspaper and on every TV station. But imagine if 60 of those jumbo jets crashed every day. That's how many kids we're losing just because of the water they drink. Water affects so much more than taste or even health. Because women and children spend all day collecting water, they can't go to school, get an education, do more productive work. People are chronically sick in these communities, and so they can't work, and it really, really inhibits what their economy can do. It's kind of hard to think about because we have clean water, but as our global community continues to grow, water scarcity will be the greatest problem of our time, and we need sustainable, accessible solutions. And I want to be someone who's dedicated to making that happen. In whatever way you're serving, you're going to gain a world of knowledge in that field. Like if I'm serving in downtown San Francisco in the Tenderloin, I'm going to learn about homelessness issues, maybe substance abuse issues. If I'm in Mexico, I might learn about different poverty issues, child abandonment issues. It's not just learning about what those issues are and the alarming facts around those. It's learning why those are problems to begin with. There's a big difference between charity and justice, and they're both very important, and we need people working on both, but they're different things. Charity, it's what Mother Teresa dedicated her life to. It's meeting the immediate need, giving food to the hungry, drink to the thirsty. But justice is a little different. Justice is, what's keeping them there, and how do we change that system? And that's longer, and that's harder, and the answers aren't here right now. But I hope to be a person who spends my life looking at how do we change our current system to be a world of justice. Also, when you engage in service, you really get a sense of global consciousness, and you can't effectively serve any community until you take the time to understand them. And I know that, if I'm serving a community abroad, for example, I can't say, oh, I'm an American, this is how Americans solve problems, I can help you, let me solve your problems. That's not going to work because people are different, and so a big part of getting an education is, I think, having that global awareness so that when you do go out into the world and you do try to make a difference, you can do it in the most effective way possible so that it'll have long-lasting benefits. Whatever field that I'm studying, whatever career I might want to go into, service can be an aspect of it. I've met doctors who travel down to use their gifts and their talents to help people maybe in Mexico or communities that are more disconnected. I was doing a service trip in New Orleans, an immersive learning trip, and we met lawyers who spend part of their time serving people, using what they're good at to help people who might not be able to afford it. I know that anything that I study in college and beyond, I can use that knowledge and that awareness to help people in some aspect of the world. When thinking about my education in the future, I always want to keep in mind 3 questions that Father Michael Himes poses when talking about vocations. And to paraphrase him, it's basically, what do you love doing? Are you good at it? And does the world need it? And I think that's so important, just matching the gifts and talents that God has given me and the education that I've received and will continue to receive with the world's needs in our time right now. I think if I approach my education that way, I can best be a person who's a service to society. I've learned so much through opportunities with service, and I can't wait to see where service takes me in the future.